Hello everybody, my name is Vanessa. If you don't know who I am, a chance call for those who struggle. So it's been a while since I've been on here. The last video I did, I was on my work trip. So I'm here to give you an update on what's been going on. Since the work trip, I told you that I was in a stretching, okay? I told you for the month of the month of April to expect the unexpected, okay? So the month of April was nothing but expect the unexpected. That's all I got, was unexpected situations coming up in my life. In every area, I was being attacked, okay? So in this, I told you, I believe it was the last video on my work trip, God said pioneer. We're pioneers, okay? In every area, it just seemed like back to back to back to back to back, and I'm still going through battles. The enemy trying to attack me. If he can't get you in one area, he'll try and get you in another area. That's exactly what my husband said, and that's what's been happening. Is normally in the past, the enemy would come at me in one area of my life and I would completely fail. I would just fail right then and there, and the enemy would win. This time, I haven't been falling. I haven't been failing. There's been a shaking. God has allowed a shaking in my life to shake everything up. And so if you're experiencing battles, if you're experiencing shaking in your life, then you're going to see fruit being bared, okay? So the shaking has revealed fruit, spiritual fruit, characters within me that has changed. My responses to these situations are not the same as what they used to be. They are actually, like, I can see my responses, and it's not... I've never responded correctly. Okay, I'm trying to explain this in a way that you guys can understand. Is like, I haven't been falling. I've been responding professionally and correctly to these situations, to these shakings, and I can see the fruit of who I am, who God has created me to be versus who I was, okay? So I said expect the unexpected, but I was saying, like, expect the unexpected as far as, like, God's going to come through. Your breakthrough is here. I do believe that your breakthrough is here. Your breakthrough is, what came to me was, this was yesterday, the past few days. And whatever you're going through, it might not look like it, okay? So like I said in the past few videos, is the resistance is your blessing. The resistance is showing you that you are on the right track with God. You are on the right track. You're on the right path. As long as you are, trying and striving and, living for God and having your heart's desire for Him, you are on the right path. So your shaking is going to reveal fruit. And your fruit, you're going to receive your fruit, first of all. You're going to receive it internally and physically. So promotion is coming, okay? I don't know what your situation is, but I know what mine is, okay? I know it looks like promotion is not coming. But all I know is there's been a lot of shaking in a lot of areas of my life, and it's been poured into me to say promotion is coming, elevation is coming, okay? I already see the elevation within my character spiritually, just because of how I have been tested in all these areas, but I just keep coming out like doing the right thing, saying the right thing. And so I want to say that promotion is coming. elevation is coming. You are going to see fruit, okay? It looks like, and this is how it feels, that we work so hard and we're living for God, and we keep praying and hoping and, decreeing and declaring and saying, like, miracles are coming and God's going to do this and God's going to do that. And it's been years, and it's like we just see such a slow increase, a slow increase. And yes, growth is better than no growth at all. But it's like, God, like, how much more do I have to endure? Like, is this really worth it? Obviously, living for God is worth it. But what would be better? Fighting these battles to elevate, having to be in the world, or just better off, just like how God created us to be, like, being in the Garden of Eden with like Adam and Eve, and be in peace at home, gardening, not having to deal with the world, only having to deal with your family and yourself. Like, for me, that's where I'm at right now. Like, I would rather just be at home. Like, all those years that I spent, at home and gardening and in isolation, it's like, is it worth it? Is it worth it? With elevation comes more responsibility, and with responsibility, my husband told me, he said, Vanessa, he says, I wish that you would stop praying for blessings. He says, because your blessings, you're praying for blessings and you're receiving them, but it's also, with blessings comes persecution. And I've seen a lot of persecution, right? And that's the part of, in blessings, we grow, okay? In blessings, we grow, and we receive persecution. So I'm tired of the persecution. I'm tired of the battles. And I'm, even with my work right now, it's a great job to have if you had leaders, the right leaders in place, because my bosses are, the two main bosses that are over all of it, they like division. They do not want the employees to get along. They do not want the employees to, it's not like a team player company. It's really weird. It's a division. And they are aware that I am a believer in Christ. And I have people coming up against me for absolutely nothing. Like, literally absolutely nothing. And I'm to a point of, God, like, I know you placed me here. And I feel like, my assignment's done. The lady that I worked with, she was drawn closer to Christ while we worked together. Maybe that was my assignment. Maybe there were people that came in that I was able to bless and give God all the glory by giving my testimony. Maybe this is it. God has something more for me. I don't need to be in a place where there is division and strife and arguing and pride and arrogancy and bullying and intimidation. I don't deserve that. I don't need that. I am a child of God, and that's not where my peace is. That doesn't give me peace. God will take us somewhere. He'll put us somewhere, but that doesn't mean it's going to last forever. There are things that are for seasons and not a lifetime. Okay? There's been a lot going on, and I really don't want to get into every situation, but it's been a roller coaster. It's definitely been a ride of like, what are you doing, God? And all I can say is you are shaking things up, and elevation is here and promotion is here. It might not look like it, but even like where I'm at, where I'm living at, I've told you guys for the longest time I want to move, and I'm to a point of, my husband said, I just want to enjoy where we're at, Vanessa. Yes, we need a roof on the house. Yes, we have termites. Yes, we have mold issues. Okay. But I just want to enjoy where we're at, because I personally haven't, since there were situations that arise before our divorce process that we had went through over 2 years ago. And now it's like I'm surrendering that, gardening again outside, getting the yard ready for the summer. We just put a pool up, just put a hammock up, you know, just getting things ready to where we can be blessed for the summer. But at the same time, my heart is like, I really don't want to be doing this, because I really don't want to be here. But I know God has just, you know, I have to let it go. I have to let it go. And it hurts me, but I'm just like, I just have to let it go. And it's a stretching. And in that, there's also been the enemy coming, trying to destroy us, trying to surrender this and enjoy where we're at. Because we have to, because that door hasn't opened for us to leave. My son will more than likely not be going back to his Christian private homeschooling, because there has been 2 incidences with their dog. One incident, he was bit, but there was no blood drawn, but he was bruised by it. We let it go because there was no blood drawn. Now, the second time, the end of the school year, it happened again. There was blood drawn, but she wasn't for sure if the dog bit him, scratched him, whatever. She didn't even know. She wasn't around to even know what happened. But we were told that her dogs were unvaccinated. The whole situation, it was a concern, and there was more things happening that I literally, and this happened the day that I told her, I brought my concerns to her. I brought, like, you know, where I'm coming from as a parent, me and my husband, like where we stand as far as him being in school. And I just told her, you know, I will pray about it. And literally this stuff happens, like, and more. Like, this is my answer from God. Like, it's time. It's time for God's doing something different. We might not see it yet, but God's doing something different. I told you that I was attacked during church on Easter, and I would say that, you know, obviously spiritually an enemy. That these people, I'm sure, possibly might not even be aware of the enemy doing this, but removing my daughter from me on Easter. Who in the world comes up to your daughter, your child, on Easter at church and removes them from you and says, I think you belong up here with me? And then the pastor's wife goes up to her right in front of me, hugs her, and kisses her on the forehead. I'm like, what is this? Like, I understand, like, we get hugs and stuff, but I've never seen anybody kiss a minor, especially, this is my daughter. She was removed from me, and then she's being kissed. And I have received, like, looks and stuff like that, as far as, like, not really wanting me there. And I've tried to let it go, like, maybe I'm just seeing into things, but I've talked to several different people on what had happened, and I've talked to even another pastor about this, talked to my husband about this, and they're all saying, like, yeah, this is not a good situation, this is not right. So yeah, it's been a lot, okay? And I know if it's been a lot for me, it's also been a lot for a lot of you guys, okay? I know the body of Christ has been in battles, and you're probably wondering, just like me, like, what's going on? Well, the elevation is here. You're going to see fruit. You are bearing fruit, but you're going to see it spiritually and materialistically, physically. God's going to show it to you. God's going to reveal it to you. He's going to give it to you. So elevation is here. Promotion is here. I pray this is a blessing. I pray this gives you more understanding as far as what you're going through. I pray that it gives you hope. Just, you know, for me, just keep surrendering And, you know, for me, it's like, I'm just surrendered to where the breakthrough is here. But see, the thing is, the breakthrough is here because God's already made a way. We just walk through it. The resistance is here, but we're just walking through it because we already know, like, we win, right? We win. God's made a way. All we have to do is walk through it. But surrendering, letting things go, and it's just kind of like I don't care. You kind of like, you have like an I don't care attitude, not like in a negative way, but like, enough's enough. I know who I am. I know that I've tried. I know that I believed, and I'm just tired. I'm tired, God. Show me the fruit. Show me all the years that I put in. Give me the fruit of this laboring that you said that you promised that you were going to give us. You know, show me. Show me. I love you all. God bless you. And I'll talk to you later.